Hey everybody, it's Corte with the deck profile. This is my great nature build. I got first place with this tonight, and I figured I would share it with everybody. This is Pencil Koala. When Generation's available and he boosts and the attack hits the Vanguard, give a rear guard, another rear guard +4, and at the end of turn, draw a card and retire that unit. So this is causing a lot of PGs and 10k shields to fly out of hand because your opponent doesn't want you to gain more cards than they do. Probably would run 2 copies of this, so because it's not boosting, it does not have to be a Vanguard, so it's like it can boost a rear guard. So you can start boosting your pencil koalas with your crayon tigers, and start writing on the wall. My grade zeros. This is a complete aggression deck, but 4 heals to, again, stay alive, and again, 12 crits. You can start stacking crits on rear guards with Crayon Tiger restanding and boosting, which causes a lot more power to come at your opponent, and your opponent may not have the hand and could win you some games. That's why I run this. My ones. Running 1 Tapering Cat to clear out soul and to draw 1 card. Not necessary to draw a card, but that 1 card could actually help. So running 4 Coiling Duckbill. This is pretty much my life insurance on when I retire a rear guard. So basically when I plan on retiring attacking rear guard, I place this behind whatever and give that rear guard that I plan on retiring life insurance. And when it retires, I draw a card. So that's basically this card right here. 4 Stride Fodder and to search for Bigbelly. Not necessary, but Crayon Tiger is one of the few cards that runs GB skill outside of Bigbelly. So I might want, I want to stride without ditching my 3s. 4 PGG to unflip damage. My front attacking rear guards may not always be there, so why not get an unflip out of it? That's pretty much why I run that. Could run Cable Sheep, a very viable card as well. My 2s, running 4 Researcher Fox. Researcher Fox pretty much searches itself out when you're in Legion. That's pretty much what you always want, unless you're running against Mega Colony. Then you can search out the grade 3. Basically, this effect is when you're in Legion Counterblast 1 at your end phase and it's retired, look for a unit that on your Vanguard circle. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Tester Fox, Researcher Fox. It could be the Tiger and Wolf, which also is a very flexible combination if you ran this. So yeah, you put it in after you reveal it to your opponent and put it into your hand. So that's why I run this card, just so I can search it out and start playing it again. 4 Guru Tiger, just for that on hit 20k draw card pressure. That's pretty much why I run this card. My opponent didn't want me to, keep restanding this and have 20k or more attack power and hit, because they don't want me to gain hand advantage. That's why I run this card. And for, of course, Crayon Tiger, you got to have this card. It's almost too good to pass up. Basically, when you have Generation available, he attacks the Vanguard and he's boosted Counterblast 1, restand the other rear guard and give it +4, and at the end of turn, draw a card and retire that unit. So you can again start stacking those triggers. Those crit triggers on 1 if you wanted to, because or if you want to spread them out, that's perfectly fine too. But he causes a lot of hand to drop because your opponent isn't ready to, for another 3 crit, 2 crit, 34k, column to re-swing again. So so they'll be targeting him either by locking or destroying him, one of the two. So my 3s, running 1 Bigbelly. I almost never really rode him. Even when I had him in hand, he'd probably be Stride Fodder, but I would try to formulate a plan around him if I had no other way, no other way to stride or ride or whatever. His first ability is when he attacks the vanguard, choose one of your rear guards, get +4 at the end phase, draw a card and retire that unit. Pretty standard, great nature stuff. And his second ability is when you stride over him, counterblast 1, give 2 units +4,000 apiece. Should those units swing or boost for 20,000 or greater, draw a card if it hits the vanguard. So 20,000 is pretty much a 9-7 column, and then +4, there's your 20 right there. Not to mention if those units also don't retire, which is very good. Running 1, I saw him when I needed to. I almost saw him every game, which was crazy. So, but yeah. Then I'm running 3 Chatnoir, the brake ride. This one is SP. Yee. This is pretty much the main grade 3 you want to ride first. I do think it does slow down because you have to wait till 4. So if you wanted to run the limit break enabler in this, it is also advised to do so. Outside of that, you get 10,000, obvious. And each time one of your rear guards attacks the vanguard, choose one of your, now that's the keyword, those are keywords right there, choose one of your great nature rear guards. It doesn't say other. So you can stack that, let's say Guru Tiger's attacking, you got Crayon Tiger on the other one. You can stack it on Guru Tiger, so when he swings at the end of the turn, he gets 4,000 when he swings. So when he swings at the end of the turn, that's a 1 card that you get to draw. So then you restand him with Crayon Tiger. Crayon Tiger give that +4 and draw to what the other rear guard. So basically each time they swing, they can boost themselves, or you can give all the boosting to one rear guard. So yeah. I hope I explained that well, but if I didn't, you can pause the video and read the effects yourself. I do apologize about that. It's like 1:15 in the morning. So but then his second ability there is when he swings at vanguard, he can hit cross ride numbers. So he can be a 20k with a 7 behind him, but most of the time he'll be swinging for 18 because of Pencil Koala being behind him. It's not bad. Then the main one, Tester Fox. Tester Fox gives you so much. If you want to pause the video right now just to read the effect, but I'm going to try to break it down. When you're in Legion and one of your rear guards that is not this or Researcher Fox, you unflip a damage. Now, if it is Tester Fox or Researcher Fox, obviously Researcher Fox, you search out itself, order 3, and then this is where Tester Fox comes in. You unflip that damage that you paid for with Researcher Fox. Then you draw a card. If it was, again, Tester Fox or Researcher Fox. Then you choose 2 cards from the drop zone and put them into the bottom of your deck. They can be 2 crit triggers, 2 heal triggers, another Researcher Fox, or 2 reach, whatever you want to put down there. And put them to the bottom of the deck in any order. So the 3s, you can build off of those if you didn't want to stride that turn. Break Ride Legion is pretty much almost in turn, but Magnum Lamar would usually finish off your opponent. So not to mention being in Legion prior to striding also helps when you're swinging with Researcher Foxes and everything. After you get out of stride, then you get to do all of that, and it gets filthy, man. And my strides, running 3 Finisiacs. When he attacks the vanguard, give up to 2 units +4 apiece, and at the end of turn, retire those units or unit. I almost never really rode this one because I didn't really feel the need to retire 2 units, especially when facing Shadow Paladins with Diablo. So this is pretty much my PG beta. I always ran, if I did stride, I would stride him first. So if I did hit, I get to not only get Pencil Koala's effect of giving a unit +4 and then draw a card at the end during the end phase, But during, if this card hits, give a rear guard +4, and should it swing for 20,000 or higher, draw a card. So not only does, again, Crayon Tiger coincide with a lot of the other rear guards, but restanding and swinging and swinging and swinging really could hurt your opponent. So that's just that. And they don't retire, which is also another good thing. And then Magnum Amar, pretty much making your rear guards unblockable to grade 1s or higher. Only running 2 because every time I got to him, it was pretty much the end game. Because Counterblast 1, Persona Flip, give 2 units +4 apiece. Hopefully you set your field up prior to that, since this is the act ability. And should that column swing for 20,000 or greater, your opponent cannot guard for grade 1s or higher. So, and those units don't retire at the end phase. So again, if you want to run a fort, that's fine, but it's not necessary, because again, the game could be over really fast depending on how things go for you and your opponent. That's just my opinion and personal experience with what happens tonight. Shout out to Wolf Master. He definitely helped me focus on where I need my power to go and what strategies I needed to play against Shadow Paladin and Diablo. And I do appreciate everybody I did play against that played their heart out, and that I did play against a very good friend of mine. He unfortunately didn't get 1 PG or a heal to go off during our last game, and I kind of felt for him because he built Shadow Paladins with Diablo, and it just didn't go his way. So anyway, like this video if you guys liked it. If I did mess up on some explanations, I do apologize about that. But should you guys want to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that wholeheartedly. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. I'll get back to you ASAP.